What's up, YouTube? JT, I am the Tie here, and I'm going to be wrapping up the Final Fantasy VII Let's Play in the course of 2 videos, maybe 3. I don't know how long this takes, but anyway, today we're in the village of Calm, and you're wondering why the heck we're going to the village of Calm. Because I want to share like a little bit of backstory, basically, as to why we're going to be fighting Emerald Weapon. You go ahead and talk to this wifey here. A meteor's coming, right? Where am I going to do to stash my money? Blah, blah, blah. I don't even care what she said. I thought that she was going to say something about her hubby, but her hubby's up here. And the reason why you want to talk to the hubby is that this is the guy that said, like, all is well in the world, I don't care about anything. But if you talk to him now, he said the world changed a lot in the past few days, probably more like years. But that huge monster meteor was covering up the sky and acting like he owned it or something. A lot of my friends have died. I'm going on a journey to pray for their souls. A map that was sunk along with the ship, a guidebook, a rose that blooms once every 1,000 years in the desert, a desert rose, and a harp that soothes those who hear it, an earth harp. I wonder if there's anyone who will bring it to me. And thankfully, like I mentioned before, we have the guidebook because you can morph that one guy when the underwater reactor in Junin. So I did that earlier on in the LP. So I have the guidebook, and if you were to trade it, then he's going to go ahead and give you an item. And what item are you wondering? It's the underwater materia. I'm going to just spoil it right now because he takes a really, really long time to walk. But anyways, I really hope you guys, I really appreciate anybody who's been waiting around for the last couple of videos for this, by the way. I've just had a lot of things going on my plate, really, so. There you go, Desert Rose and the Earth Harp. Will you guys look for them for me? Will do, boss, but let me pick up this freaking stone on the ground. Come on, here we go. Receive the underwater materia. And for those of you who are wondering what the heck underwater materia is, we'll go ahead and take a peek at it really quick. Take a glance. See, underwater breathing. You can't train it, can't do anything with it, but it allows you. It basically, when you fight Emerald Weapon, because you're fighting Emerald Weapon underwater, you have a 20-minute time limit. And if you have the underwater materia equipped to somebody, then you eliminate that time limit, so you can take longer than 20 minutes to kill Emerald Weapon, I guess. But I don't know. I think if you're fighting Emerald Weapon for 20 minutes, you're gonna die anyway, but maybe that's just me. Anyways, I'm gonna save the game really quickly, create multiple save points, really save files really, and then set the materia up accordingly, because I think I want to try to beat him a multitude of different ways. I'm gonna test my luck really quickly, so bear with me, and I will be right back. Alright guys, welcome to the first way of how to take down Emerald Weapon 101, and just to show you guys whether the Final Attack and Revive is equipped on everybody. So, actually that's not in the right location. Final Attack and Revive are right there. So I got my usual party group is just to show you guys like the standard fare that you want to do. You got Knights of the Round along with W Summon, and you have the Mime Materia attached to every single character that can possibly have it. If they don't have it, make sure that they don't attack. That way they don't screw up your command. But basically the entire goal here is that you just want to spam W Summon Knights of the Round, and then do that, and then have Final Attack Revive. That way when the thing takes you out, it doesn't really take you out, you know what I mean? So, because then you just revive with Life 2, resummon Knights of the Round again, and then continue to do the heavy work. No idea why it's hard to talk right now. I'm like really hyped up. I had like Mediterranean food earlier. I can still feel it, because I thought that Mediterranean food is light, but apparently it's not. I don't know. Anyways, Emerald Weapon, and obviously Cloud is the one with W Summon and Knights of the Round, so let's make this happen. Mime, and Mime. And basically, this is how I beat Emerald Weapon the first time. I don't know how successful it is for everybody else. Sometimes it's difficult, sometimes it's not. I hear a lot of trial and error. It really depends on what move she started off the match with. Like, she hit me with that Emerald, whatever thing, but I did a ton of damage to Tifa with, like, Emerald Beam. Or Emerald Shoot or something like that, but it does a ton of damage to Tifa. I know that the weakest attack that this thing can do does like 800 damage to you. It just like falls on top of you, which still hurt, but obviously not as bad as getting hit by a freaking laser, like in Dragon Ball Z or something. So, but this is the standard way of taking out Emerald Weapon, and for those of you who are wondering, oh man, I've seen this before, don't worry, I got way cooler ones coming up, although I have to admit, I recorded them before I recorded this one, and I did not do as much talking as I normally would during this thing, which is a good and a bad thing. I know there's a lot of people who really like this LP for the gameplay and for the HD quality, and so it's the best of both worlds for them. I was actually thinking it'd be really cool if I could set it up so I had like my voice come out of one speaker and then I had the soundtrack in the other one, so you can just kind of mix and match if you had headsets. But then it's really, it would sound weird to me if I were to listen to an LP that way. I don't know. I think it's being too picky choosy. Like if someone clicks on a Let's Play and they only want one or the other, then I don't feel like you really... It'd be nice to give them an option, but it's not always possible. And, you know, honestly, like, it takes a lot of technical savvy on my part, so... I'm just kind of hoping that it doesn't kill Tifa. So, ultimate end, and you just spam Knights of the Round. There's really not much to say about this. I know on the other ones that I do, I'm probably not going to be saying too much, and it's because I'm really hyped on the battle, because I have never tried the two versions of fighting Emerald Weapon that you were going to see after this one. But, you know, Knights of the Round is freaking awesome. I forget, yeah, definitely not like King Arthur's Knights of the Round, but I have no idea where this came from. I don't know if Knights of the Round is in an earlier Final Fantasy, like, cause I recently played through Final Fantasy IV, and there's a ton of references in this game to Final Fantasy IV, like certain enemies at the end, in the end dungeon that I didn't realize before. And then it takes me all back to when I played Final Fantasy IX, and all the different references that I saw in that as well. Which I thought was just really cool. I really want to get started on my Final Fantasy IX Let's Play, but on the other hand, I have to study for my MCAT. I got an MCAT coming up on May 19th, so for those of you who are wondering how come I've been taking a little bit of time posting these videos, I apologize. I have a lot of things to do in addition to like full-time work, and they actually make me work a lot later than the 10 hours I'm expected to work during the day. Like, cause it's a 4-day-a-week thing, but it's a 10-hour shift, but I stay a lot longer than 10 hours typically. And then, because it's quite a distance away from my house, I have to drive like a good half hour each way, assuming there's no traffic. So, like, I've really spent like 12 hours at work for a regular 10-hour day, and then more than 12 hours if it goes any longer than 10 hours. So I apologize for those of you who've been looking for Final Fantasy stuff and just haven't seen it. I just want to address that first of all. And hopefully you guys don't mind too much. And we'll go ahead and keep this endless chain going. Now, apparently I gotta wait till the end of this animation, right? Like, the one thing you can't click right there, right? So, do that, and then, obviously, I hope you guys are doing fantastic. I really appreciate you guys being patient for the last couple of videos of this Let's Play. I know it's been kind of tough to wait that long, but, you know, it's something that has to be done. I have to try to make sure I prioritize different things. I've been putting up other videos that have been really easy for me to do. They've been a lot shorter in length, I do admit that, and of course, you know, if somebody who likes to click on the video and then let it just like sit down and watch it like a TV show, the 8-minute video is not going to do it justice. I was just kind of trying something out, seeing if like an 8-minute video would catch more people's attention, but obviously it doesn't, so I'm not quite sure. It could also be the game as well. I mean, Buster's Bus Loose is an amazing platformer, the LP that I was doing before. And then I'm playing Streets of Rage with someone else, and I think it's pretty entertaining. Honestly, I think the problem that I had with it was that I think I boosted the mic volume a little bit too much and didn't balance it properly, but I couldn't really tell because I can completely adjust everything on the headset that I'm using when so it's really hard to tell like when the sound sounds too boosted, you know what I mean, as opposed to not. So I don't know. Anyways, I'm just rambling because you guys know exactly what my plan is right here. I'm just waiting for it to all work. Here we go. But this is what I used to do when I was little. I read it in the strategy guide. This is Prima strategy guide's official way of beating Emerald Weapon. You basically just spam the hell out of it, which, you know, a lot of people find uncreative. And I admit, if you've never beat it before, honestly try it this way. And you know, test your luck. It doesn't always work, but it should work a pretty good portion of the time, because if something can take 6 hits of Knights of the Round, then that's pretty beastly. I mean, Emerald Weapon has like 1,000,000 HP, which I'm sure I'm going to mention like in all the other recordings because I did them earlier, and I don't remember what I touch and what I don't touch. So, but it has over 1,000,000 HP, I believe. So Knights of the Round's not going to take it out. I forget how much Knights of the Round does. Like 13 hits of what, like 7,000 each probably. Cloud was doing like 9,999, but that's because Cloud's a boss. He talks to corporate like a boss, and you know, like takes memos like a boss, and I guess poops on Deborah's desk. So. Here we go. But obviously that's going to wrap up this LP, and this is going to give me a lot more flexibility, because that means that what I've been trying to do is actually get some Left 4 Dead 2 content while I hold a cup of water in my hand. and take a sip. I've been trying to get some Left 4 Dead 2 content, because, you know, occasionally I play that. I typically play that every Wednesday night when I'm done with my work week. With my roommate, because he plays that, and then assuming that he doesn't have to go to work, he's doing school part-time because he's working on a master's program. But he recently picked up like a TA position, or basically like a TA dropped a class. So it gives him so basically he has a chance to pick that up, and then he's hoping that they'll reimburse him for his tuition and different things like that, so he might be a little bit more busy. And honestly, I don't like recording Left 4 Dead 2 footage unless I have like friends or whatever playing with me, because they're the only ones who use mics really. Like when you play online, people don't use their mic for whatever reason, or they're like really newbie. And I have to admit that I'm like really newbie at first-person shooters, but they take newbie to a whole nother level. I don't know. So, and I don't want to sound like super elitist or anything, because I'm a terrible first-person shooter, and you guys will see that if I ever post a Left 4 Dead 2 thing. Like, I'm definitely not the strongest player on my team, probably not even, like, the second strongest. I've probably taken up the rear. I do what I can to make sure I don't get killed. So I was working on content like that. Obviously, I want to work on Final Fantasy IX stuff. I finally got the settings on Audacity to work. I can record the footage, but I do have a question for you guys. For those of you who make videos, you might be able to help me out a little bit if you guys use Audacity. How do you sync up the video, or the sound on Audacity to video game recorded footage perfectly? I'm just really curious about that, because what I have is I have to start Audacity right now and then record this video, so I'm thinking I have to do like a verbal cue, like I have to yell like "Hiya" or something at the very beginning of every single one of my videos for Final Fantasy IX in order to sync it up, and then even then you might be, you know, like a couple hundredths of a millisecond off, which I don't think people will necessarily notice, but it could be very noticeable, I don't know. So, and it also means that I can't like cut random battles out with ease anymore, because then at that point, you know, if you're introducing a whole bunch of cuts and they're all a millisecond, you're going to compound the milliseconds, you know what I mean? With millisecond cuts, so you could potentially create like a pretty big lag, and I was a little bit concerned about that, because right now, as I'm recording this, my voice and the game volume records on the same exact wheel for audio, so it makes it really convenient, but obviously that takes a lot of adjusting, and I wanted to use a better mic for Final Fantasy IX, just for no reason other than I just really wanted to improve the mic quality, because I was really hoping that would I could do a definitive touch to Final Fantasy IX, seeing as that's my favorite game in the series. So man, this guy is not going down, right? This guy's not going down, 1,000,000 HP. And if this thing reminds you of anything, just let me know down in the comments below. He has the color of the inside of the swimming pool, I must say, which is very fitting, I guess, that it's underwater. And I have no idea why they call it Emerald Weapon either. I mean, you know, like, the Japanese people must have had, like, jewels on their mind when they're coming up with the names for all the weapons, because they're like, oh yeah, we have Ultimate Weapon, and then we'll have Ruby Weapon, and Diamond Weapon, and Emerald Weapon, and Sapphire Weapon. You know, it's like I was waiting for Peridot Weapon and an Amethyst Weapon and all the other things, so I don't know. By the way, be really careful. Make sure that you don't spend too much on a woman for jewelry. Just saying, because jewelry is very expensive. Perfect. And the miming continues. By the way, he's been hit by 6 things the Knights of the Round, and the thing's not dead yet. Go figure. And it's like the Knights of the Round takes a long time. I could probably finish this whole thing and go make a sandwich right now, right? But, yeah. I'm trying to think of what else I can do. I'm really excited that my roommate's out of the house right now, because he's been in the room, because he's been working like been doing part-time as a student. He's been in the house a lot more. And I feel like my commentary changes definitely when he's around, as opposed to when he's not around, because I feel like it's more easy to talk and to and just do whatever. And maybe it's just like a comfort level. I'm just so used to playing solo when I'm doing a let's play of an RPG. So when someone else jumps into the conversation, it's a different dynamic. You know what I mean? It's kind of like when you do social things. There's like a social study when I was working with someone back at In-N-Out Burger, and he was talking about how he loved how group dynamics change, and how like conversation dynamics completely change as you introduce different people into the conversation. Like how you communicate with someone one-on-one. Like I always think that I'm that I communicate with people one-on-one really, really well, but as you throw more and more people together, I become more of a wallflower. I don't know if everybody else is that exact same way. Maybe that says something about my personality in general. Yeah, but I like talking to people one-on-one. Probably also relates to the fact that I don't have perfect hearing either. So it's really easy to hear people when you talk one-on-one, because you can look at them, you can read their lips, or you know, do whatever, and you can pick up on verbal cues the entire time, as opposed to, you know, if you're talking to a big group of people, you have to constantly look. And just like when you're on stage, I know Sharpedophile, he might not watch this video because it's just a Final Fantasy video, and I know he's really big on like platformers and Mario and different things like that. But if he does watch the video, or if anybody wants to reference him over to this particular segment of the video at this particular time, it's kind of like when you're on stage, you know, like they always tell you, like, you got to do something, you have to make a motion, you know, in order to get the attention of somebody when you're performing on stage. Because I used to do a little bit of theater when I was in high school, and that was really important. And you always have to make sure that that the volume that you're speaking at is comparable to other people, because if everyone's speaking really loudly and then you speak quietly, which I tend to think I actually do kind of speak pretty quietly, then like that drop makes it so it's harder for people to hear you, because people adjust to hearing that louder voice, so then when they try to listen to the lower voice, they have to readjust, you know what I mean? So they'll miss the beginning part of what you say, which is, I guess that's why mics are really important and things like that. But I'm just rambling about randomness right now, right? So that's good. Emerald Weapon won't die. Emerald Weapon should totally die right now, right? Now I wonder if I should split up how to defeat Emerald Weapon into 3 different videos, because if defeating him the Knights of the Round way is going to take this long, then I don't know. But then again, this is going to have amazing commentary, and the other 2 won't have good commentary, because I won't be saying much at all. And I don't want to do post-commentary, because then I'm like overlaying like so many different layers of commentary on it, so who knows. Here we go, I was fast with that one. But there we go, that was 8 turns of Knights of the Round, not dead yet. And this is going to be 9 and 10, and if this thing can survive 10 hits of Knights of the Round, I don't have a calculator on me, but let me see. Oh, I do have a calculator on me. Let's calculate this. We're going to do like 8,000 points of damage each. 10 times 13. Yeah, that should do over 1 million damage. He should be dead by this turn, hopefully. I'm hoping he'll be dead by this turn, because then at that point, then for those of you who've been watching it and you're like, well, this is a really boring way to fight Emerald Weapon, and this is very anticlimactic, you kind of built it up. No. There's so much cooler ways to fight Emerald Weapon down the line, so I don't want to tease you guys with that. I'll probably put little things into the description below if you guys don't want to watch the ending of this Emerald Weapon Knights of the Round madness. You can click straight to the other ones, although I have to admit, like I said before, not going to be the greatest commentary on my end, because it's probably just going to be me going, oh, come on, and then you're really hoping that things can get done, and then they're not getting done. I've also tried the other 2 ways. I have died a couple of times doing it, so this is like a surefire way of doing it. Assuming that obviously he didn't kill Tifa and then have her do Final Attack Revive, because then I have to W summon with Knights of the Round with Cloud again. And I think I have like the crappy version of Knights of the Round on Cloud right now. It's only at level 2, so I can't resummon it. I should have given him the mastered version of it, come to think about it, but there you go. Like I said before, that does, I believe I calculated that at like 1,400,000 damage, or 1,004,000 damage. Just enough to take out Emerald Weapon. 10 hits of Knights of the Round, a little bit ridiculous, I must admit. But there you go, that is the way you take out Emerald Weapon. Obviously the Earth Harp gives you something cool. I will show you guys at the very end what the Earth Harp does. Once I'm done tackling him all 3 different ways. So anyways, if you enjoy any one of those videos, I'm going to preemptively say, in case I split the video into multiple parts, be sure to like all the different videos. I really appreciate it. It spreads the word. My goal has always been to make this like the definitive Let's Play, where someone who's Let's Playing an RPG like reads the dialogue and then focuses on the gameplay, but you know, is also really casual when he's like doing random battles. I really hope that that style really suits you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy that, because I believe that's the way RPGs LPs should be. And I don't know, I'm trying to start a trend. I'm really trying to start a trend. So if you guys enjoy that trend, feel free to join along in the JT bandwagon. So yeah, that is part 1 of how to defeat Emerald Weapon 101, and moving on to part 2 and part 3 coming up soon, right after this cut. Bye. Hold on a second, JT. What are you thinking? You got an Earth Harp, but you didn't show anybody what the heck the Earth Harp does for you. Like, what kind of madness is that, right? So, okay, we'll head back over to Com, and first of all, one thing I want to check before I do all the shenanigans, I want to make sure I have enough materia slots, and if I don't have enough materia slots, we're going to make some room. We're going to really make some room, so... I have no idea why I was talking like semi-gangster there for a second. Okay, that seems like plenty of space, right? I can work with that. I can definitely work with that. There's slots for like 20-something more pieces of materia. You're wondering what the heck the Earth Harp does. For those of you who haven't played this game before, I will show you what the Earth Harp does for you. And I think this is totally worth fighting Emerald Weapon, which is the reason why I like fighting it. Ruby Weapon's reward is kind of crappy, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, it's an Earth Harp. You want to trade it for some Master Materia? I'm not being stingy either. I'll give you all 3 of them. How about it? The deal, man. Show me what you got. And why do you keep Master Materia on your top shelf, right? Like, I could totally have stolen this earlier in the game. The 3-piece Master Materia set is all yours. What nice colors. Master Summon, Master Magic, and Master Command. And for those of you who are wondering what the heck is Master Materia, to give you guys a little bit of a scope, if I were to equip this on Cloud right now, I'll show you guys what the menu looks like for him. Master Command, Master Magic, and Master Summon. Obviously, it doesn't affect your stats in any particular way, but if you look at his details on Magic, he now has access to every single Magic in the game. So if you attach that to all, you have Magic All for everything, which is really, really cool. Summon, same exact thing. Access to every single summon in the game, including Knights of the Round. And then if you have the Master Command, you go into the status menu, he has Attack, Magic, Summon, Steal, Sense, Coin, Morph, Deathglow, Manipulate, and Mime. So, yeah, that's a pretty good reward, right? For fighting Emerald Weapons, so I will leave you guys at that. I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.